The deep sea, a realm of perpetual darkness and crushing pressure. But beneath the waves, in a world devoid of sunlight, an incredible evolutionary arms race is underway. This is the mesmerizing world of deep-sea mimicry, where survival depends on the ability to imitate, to camouflage, and to deceive. Let's start with a true artist of disguise, the mimic octopus. Discovered as recently as 1998, this creature is a shapeshifter of the highest order. It doesn't just change color. It physically alters its shape and behavior to impersonate other, more dangerous animals. See it gliding along the seafloor? It might flatten its body, trail its arms, and adopt the undulating swimming pattern of a venomous flatfish. When threatened, it can tuck its arms in, puff up its body, and jet through the water, looking remarkably like a toxic lionfish. It can even mimic sea snakes, burrowing its body into the sand and leaving two arms exposed to wave in the current. The mimic octopus has a whole repertoire of over a dozen animals it can impersonate, each one a calculated performance to deter a specific predator. It's not just camouflage. It's a theatrical production where the lead actor plays all the parts. But the mimicry in the deep isn't just about looking like something you're not. It's also about using light. In the aphotic zone, the part of the ocean where sunlight never reaches, the only light comes from living organisms. This is the world of bioluminescence, and it's a key tool in the mimic's toolkit. Consider the anglerfish. Everyone knows its iconic lure, a glowing appendage that dangles in front of its cavernous mouth. This isn't just a random light, it's a carefully crafted illusion. The light is produced by symbiotic bacteria, and it perfectly mimics the flickering bioluminescence of smaller, more benign creatures like copepods or jellyfish. Unsuspecting fish, shrimp, or squid see this gentle glow and swim closer, thinking they've found a meal. But instead of dinner, they become dinner. It's a classic baton switch, played out thousands of feet below the surface. The lure's design is incredibly specific, with different anglerfish species evolving different types of lures to attract different types of prey. It's a highly specialized form of aggressive mimicry. Another master of light manipulation is the cookie-cutter shark. This small but fearsome predator gets its name from the perfectly round, cookie-shaped wounds it leaves on its much larger victims, including whales, dolphins, and even great white sharks. How does a tiny shark manage this? Through a brilliant combination of camouflage and mimicry. The underside of the cookie-cutter shark is covered in photophores, light-producing organs that make it glow. From below, this bioluminescence helps it blend in with the faint light filtering down from the surface, a strategy called counterillumination. But here's the clever part. A small, dark patch near its pectoral fins doesn't light up. To a predator swimming beneath it, this dark spot looks just like the silhouette of a small fish swimming against the brighter background. The predator swims up to grab what it thinks is an easy meal, and bam! The cookie-cutter shark latches on, sinks its saw-like teeth in, and twists its body to carve out a perfect plug of flesh. It's an ambush predator that uses its own body as bait. The deceptions don't stop there. Let's talk about the glass squid. These creatures are almost entirely transparent. A fantastic form of camouflage in the open ocean where there's nowhere to hide. But there's a problem. Their digestive gland is opaque. It would stick out like a sore thumb. So what does the glass squid do? It uses this light to counter-illuminate the gland, effectively making its own shadow disappear. But it gets even better. One species of glass squid has taken this a step further. Instead of just hiding its organs, it shapes its bioluminescent lights to look like a pair of smaller eyes, making it appear like a much smaller, less appealing creature from below. It's creating an illusion within an illusion. We also see mimicry in defense. The deep-sea glass octopus is another transparent wonder, but its eyes are not. They are large and silvery and would easily catch any stray beam of light. To solve this, the octopus has evolved the ability to orient its eyes vertically. This minimizes their profile, making them much harder to spot from the side. It's a subtle adjustment, but in a world where a single glint of light can mean the difference between life and death, it's a critical adaptation. Even the humble shrimp gets in on the act. The volcano shrimp, found near hydrothermal vents, has a light-sensing organ on its back. Scientists believe this organ doesn't form images but instead detects the faint infrared glow from the superheated water of the vents. This allows the shrimp to navigate and find food in total darkness, essentially mimicking the sense of sight using a different part of the light spectrum. But perhaps one of the most mind-bending examples is the Planktosphera. For a long time, scientists thought this was a distinct species of animala, gelatinous, transparent blob about the size of a golf ball covered in cilia that it used to swim. Turned out they were completely wrong. The Planktosphera is actually the larval stage of a type of deep-sea worm. This larval form looks and behaves nothing like the adult. It's a temporary disguise, a form of developmental mimicry that allows the young worm to drift and feed in the water column before transforming into its adult form and settling on the seabed. It was so effective at pretending to be something else that it fooled scientists for decades. What drives this incredible diversity of deception? The answer is pressure. Intense, relentless evolutionary pressure. In the deep sea, resources are scarce and predators are everywhere. Every organism is part of a complex web of eat or be eaten. There are no seasons, no day or night to structure life. It's a constant, high-stakes environment. In this setting, any advantage, no matter how slight, is seized upon. The ability to look like a rock, to imitate a more dangerous animal, to use light as both a lure and a cloak, these aren't just neat tricks. They are the cornerstones of survival. It is also about intelligence, subtlety, and artistry. The deep sea is an art gallery, a theater, and a battlefield all at once. The creatures that live there are the ultimate performers. Their bodies and behaviors sculpted by millions of years of improvisation and adaptation. Every time we send a submersible down into the abyss, we find new species and new behaviors that defy our imagination. We're only just beginning to scratch the surface of this hidden world. Who knows what other masters of mimicry are waiting to be discovered in the dark, silent depths of our planet's oceans. The mimic octopus, the anglerfish. The cuckoo cutter shark, they are just the opening acts in a much larger, more mysterious show. The deep sea reminds us that life is incredibly creative, resilient, and full of surprises. Thanks for joining me on this dive into the world of deep-sea mimicry. If you found this as fascinating as I do, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the unknown. Let me know in the comments which deep-sea mimic you think is the most incredible. See you next time.